you have to do is use Pythagorean theorem. If you notice, drawing that slant height in and drawing this distance from the center to one side makes a right triangle, and I'm going to draw it separately outside the triangle so that you can see it a little better. So we know this length is 8. This is half of the distance. From here to here is 7, so this length is going to be 3.5. And now we can use Pythagorean theorem to find this long leg, which would be c. So I'm going to use the shorten just to save us some time. You take the square root of 8 squared plus 3.5 squared. Notice I add the two numbers together because I'm looking for the longest side of this right triangle. So we add, we don't subtract. Okay, put that in your calculator. Second, square root 8 squared plus 3.5 squared, and we get 8.7 because we're going to round to the tenth. Okay, so this is 8.7, so that means your slant height L is 8.7. There, I'll put it over here too, 8.7. Alright, now let's focus on our base. Alright, the base is a square, all the sides are 7, and we need to find the perimeter of our base. Well, I found it over here just to keep it with the picture. So the perimeter, 7 times 4, 28. We just found our slant height L. Maybe again I'll use the red pen to highlight it. Alright. And then the base area will be 7 squared because your base and the height of the square is 7. So we're just going to find the total surface area. So we do 1/2 P, which is 28, times L, which is 8.7, plus the base area, which is 49. Alright, we can calculate that all together. And I want to show you, instead of using 1/2, you can use 0.5. It's the same thing. Times 28 times 8.7 plus 49. Alright, and we'll get 170.8. And the units are square yards. So that's our total. Okay? Let's try number 5. I'm going to work it out and give you some time to work it out without showing it to you. Alright, let's see if you can get it. You have to use Pythagorean theorem. So far I found my slant height to be 13.5. I hope you have too. Okay, let's keep going. Alright, I found the perimeter, 42. You have a hexagon. 6 sides, and all of the sides are 7 units long. So it's 42. We found the slant height previously, and the base area for this regular polygon is 1/2 times the apothem, which is 6.1, times the perimeter of 42. So I got 128.1 for the base area. Okay? So again, I'm sorry, let's just find the total surface area. Alright, see if you can find that. So for my final answer, I got 411.6 square miles. I hope you did too. Okay, we have a practice word problem. So let's take a minute. I'm going to let you see if you can work it out on your own. It's about a pyramid. Okay? Try your best. So, we have a square pyramid, right? All the sides are 10. The slant height is 13. I know it might be hard to actually draw that. You don't have to. Just go ahead and write the P, the L, and the B out and write the slant height is 13. And what you're trying to find is how much paper it would take to make the model. So you're finding the total surface area. So you can go ahead and make yourself a note. You're going to find the total. So you need the P, the L, and the B. Okay? I'm going to give you a minute, see if you can finish this problem. So, I found my perimeter to be 40 and my base area to be 100. So finding the total surface area, I do 1/2 times P, which is 40, times L, which is 13, plus the base area, which is 100. And you get 360 square centimeters of paper needed to make the model of the pyramid. Okay? So I hope you were able to do that problem also. So we have about 4 more examples, and we're shifting over to cones this time. So let's look at our formula sheet. We're going to write the formulas for the lateral and total surface area of cones. So here's our formula sheet. Surface area, cone. The lateral is pi times the radius times L, again, which is your slant height. And then for the total, you have that same formula as the lateral part, but then you add pi r squared, which is the area of a circle, because your base is going to be a circle for a cone. Okay? And there's only one base. So let's write our formulas for the lateral surface area of a cone. It's pi times the radius times the slant height. And for the total, our answer, or our formula, is the same: pi times the radius times the slant height plus pi r squared. And just here we already have it written for you. So your radius is r, the height would be h, but we won't use height when we're finding the surface area. We'll use it with volume. And then the L is your slant height. So really, I just want y'all to just ignore that, because you will not ever use the height unless you're using it in Pythagorean theorem to find the slant height. So let's do an example. Number 8, and we're going to leave our answers in terms of pi just to get more practice with that. So we're going to find the lateral and the total surface area of this cone. So to find the lateral, well, first let's just label. Our radius is 5. The slant height is 12.1. So we know when we see r in the formula, we put 5. And when we see L, we put 12.1. So to find the lateral, we'll do pi times 5 times 12.1. Now remember, in your calculator, the only thing you want to calculate is the 5 times 12.1, because we're leaving our answers in terms of pi. So you don't put pi in the calculator. So we get 5 times 12.1 is 60.5. So our answer for this lateral surface area is 60.5 pi centimeters squared. Okay? Now to get the total, right, I'm going to start over here because it's a little more writing. We want to take that lateral part that we just found, so 60.5 pi, and we're going to add pi r squared to it. Alright? Pi times 5 squared. So what we have is 60.5 pi plus 25 pi. 5 squared is 25. So you want to add the 60.5 and the 25. Don't put pi into it. You're going to treat pi like it's an x. So 60.5 plus 25.5 is 85.5 pi centimeters squared. Five squared is 25. Alright. 60.5 plus 25 is 85.5 pi. Okay? Let's try number 9. Your radius is not 4, right? 4 is going to be this whole length. Anytime the picture looks like that, it's the whole line and it's pointing to the middle. That's letting you know the whole length is 4. So our radius is going to be 2. We have to take half of 4. And then our slanted height is 6.3. So I'm going to give you a minute, see if you can find your lateral and total surface area. I'll just put this up for you to see.